so bad, I'm on the you. What baby was in Saka? What baby was in Kara? What baby was in Demo? Niwaju, I want Labusia. What baby was in Saka? Say, what baby was in Kara? Everything was teacher, Niwaju, post up answer. Yeah, me can never lose what I give. Me keep but make short when I aim. Leave me make I spend my money. You don't know the reach that it
takes. Yeah, give the money and the so cool, my nigga. With the flesh, with the giant, my nigga. All about the people with the cast, my nigga, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, give the money and the so cool, my nigga. With the flesh, with the giant, my nigga. All about the money with the cast, my nigga, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, give the money and the so cool, my nigga. With the flesh, with the giant, my nigga. All about the people with the cast, my nigga, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, give the money and the so cool, my nigga. With the flesh, with the giant, my nigga. All about the money with the cast, my nigga, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Me can't ever lose what I get. Me keep with me short when I aim. Leave me make I spend my money. You don't know the reach that me take.
Come back.
Yeah.
Shalom,
Akoba, Adaba, alone my jari. From the sun up to the sundown, alone my jari. Akoba, Adaba, yeah, alone my jari. From the sun up to the sundown, yeah, alone my jari. Magic Jaya, yeah, Magic Banuja. I just want to turn up, yeah, I know one see Banuja. Akoba, Ataba, alone my journey, alone no retreats. I just wanna live in peace. But you come on, let my job by me. Oluwa sign sorrow me. I just want to live my life. I know one stress. I say only, make nobody know me. I ain't got time, I just got my rollie. Oluwa Lolu show me, oh show me. Oluwa Lolu show me. Magic Jaya, yeah, Magic Banuja. I just want to turn up, yeah, I know one see Banuja. Every day na holiday, when try every time even on Mondays. I'm very much abundance of blessings coming my way. You got fun, let's so. I'ma get no pressure. To casa, kama jai lo kama la kumala. Akoba, Adaba, alone my jari. From the sun up to the sundown, alone my jari. Akoba, Adaba, yeah, alone my jari. From the sun up to the sundown, yeah, alone my jari. Magic Jaya, yeah, Magic Banuja. I just want to turn up, yeah, I know one see Banuja. Well, I'm fun, let's so. I'ma get no pressure. No kilo shit, job out fire now. One mother job fire now.
Ashbaka. Shalom, family. Hope all is well for you this morning. Well, what is it? 13. So this evening, and I'm coming to talk to you about a topic that I believe is very important and very needful for anybody that is married. Okay. Now, if you can hear me correctly, please put a thumbs up in the chat. Mashpaka. Let me pause it so I can check myself. All right. Okay, I'm good. Okay, so let me go ahead and start off with this. Now, if y'all seen the screenshot that I got up there of there's a screenshot I put up and it's showing somebody trying to get them something to drink. Yeah, there we go. That's better. All right. And that's Valentina right there, y'all. Y'all haven't seen her before. That's Valentina. And that's when my beard, because my beard take a long time to come in. Shalom, Sister Heidi, Black. It take a long time for my little beard to come in, but I tried to let it sprout on out, and I don't put no razor on my face to let it grow. My beard is bigger than that now, but that was a picture that me and her had took, I believe, about 2 years ago. So my beard is bigger than that now. But let me go ahead and share something with you, family. Okay, I have something I could put on the screen for you. Just give me a little minute. I'm gonna put it up there for you. And it's talking about what a lot of people don't understand that's going on in this world. You know, I think that'll fit. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, so let me move my picture and go ahead and read what I got right now. All right, let me turn the picture off. There we go. Hold on. What am I doing? Let me see. Okay, that got to be up at the top. There we go. See? There we go. All right. Now, in what our days now we call thirsty, it's a lot of ways and reasons why we call somebody being thirsty. But let us go to the real definition of thirsty. And I believe I'll go ahead and let the African commentator read on it for y'all. I just like to show the new stuff I got, but last time it didn't read properly.
THRST. Adjective. Thirsty, adjective, thirstier, comparative adjective, thirstiest, superlative adjective. Feeling a need to drink something. The hikers were hot and thirsty. Of land or plants in need of water, dry or parched. The earth was dry and thirsty. Encouragement is as water to a thirsty plant. Of an engine, plant, or crop consuming a lot of fuel or water.
Okay. So the African brother said you need water. You need water in order to live. Sister Heidi laughed. There's a lot of thirsty people out here. Yep, they thirsty. But yeah, now we went to the store the other day and there was somebody out there what we would call being thirsty. You know. But see, when you married, it is a transgression for you to practice celibacy and you married. And that's what a lot of people is doing. They practicing how to be celibate and they married. And I'm telling you, Mashpaka, that's not gonna work. You cannot be celibate and be married. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they cheating their husband or they cheating their wife. What I mean cheating them, they won't do what it takes for them not to be considered as thirsty. So what they doing is they're not giving their husband or their wife the conjugal needs. Now, last time I showed y'all what they put as a definition for somebody. They gave us a definition last time about somebody that they call abusive, and they said having sex. Now, if we look back on the history of why they said that, well, I did looked on the history on why they were saying that about the people, or why they was being thirsty, or whatever. They were saying that the person is nasty because they laid down with their spouse. They called that the F word, but that's not where that word came from. And we did a study last time and showed that the reason why they called that word that, and the reason why they put that down there with that word, is because people was doing things that they wasn't supposed to be doing, what they, and they had them blindfold, and that was a way that they used to buck them. And so our people have an issue, a lot of us do have an issue with sexuality because of a lot of the practices that our slave masters have practiced in order to keep us in bondage. They did these things not for our benefit, and we have to heal from these things. Now, there are many broadcasters that talk about not laying down with your wife, not laying down with your husband. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that what I'm saying is something that haven't been said before, but the scripture says that we have to always bring these things back in remembrance. So if you don't sleep with your man, that's like him going out there in the desert and he ain't got nothing to drink. If you don't sleep with your wife, this gonna be on adults. So if you got children, I'm not gonna talk lewd or obscene, but this subject has to be covered. If you don't sleep with your wife, if you don't sleep with your husband, you letting the devil in. I have a Bible verse for that, but I want to talk to you, and this is going to line up right up with the Bible. Grandma and them sang a song at church. They say, don't let the devil ride. If you let the devil ride, he going to up and drive. You can't pretend like your spouse don't need what they call that. They need one another. I'm trying not to be obscene because I don't like to come on here or anywhere and talk obscene. But I'm pretty sure y'all understand what I am really getting at. There's an issue with people because they believe that it's not y'all's will that they lay down with their spouse. And then when their spouse go out there or their spouse is struggling, then people like to point the finger and say, well, he or she should have kept their self together. But the Bible say, if you do not lay down with your spouse, you are giving the devil what he want. The devil wants your spouse to be weak. The devil want the person that you married to not be able to control their flesh or to have to struggle with their flesh. The devil want y'all to walk in darkness. The devil want y'all to be arguing at each other day in and day out because y'all is not getting the thing that y'all know that both of y'all need as a married couple. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's time for us to grow up and be adults. We know it is not fair that if a woman marry a man or a man marry a woman and they practicing they being celibate in their marriage, That's not why Yah ordained marriage. The first commandment that he gave to Adam and Hawa was to be fruitful and multiply. But many of us, we don't even like anything that sounds too much like right. A lot of us don't want to participate in that or have anything to do with what's right. Because the devil, we letting the devil ride. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go ahead and post up this here verse and read it for y'all. I can talk all day, but I got to post this verse up so that the family can be able to see where I'm coming from. Let me put this in here. My wife, she gonna be home in a few minutes, family, and she gonna come and help me, y'all willing, with this. But I really want us to get this. You know what I mean? I want us to get this. Let me get that out the way and pull this up right here. All right, there we go. All right, so there we go. There go the verse right there. Family, y'all can read that for a little bit, and I'm finna be right back because I'm gonna open up this door for my sweetheart and let her come in. But hold on, let me get this together real quick. Pull that over for you a little bit so you'll be able to see better. There you go. I'm finna play some music for y'all in the background. I'm finna open up the door for my sweetheart, family. So hold on with me.
No time shoe here. No time dancing here. No shucking jive here.
There's plenty sisters missing and plenty being abused. But when you look on TV, it don't be in the news. So what we gonna do is we gon' stand by and keep a gender war while watching people die. It's pretty easy to pretend that we figured out, but we can never really push a little baby out. Our sisters been here, my brother, through thick and thin, through the wickedness, yeah, even the same sin. There's no pain on this earth can compare to the way that it feels when the mother giving birth to baby. People trying to fake it but can never duplicate it. It's a whole lot of haters on this earth, fake it, they can take another reason. I don't understand how I'ma make a rape a lady and he spend 9 months as a baby in his mama belly. I'm sorry for the pain and the suffering that you've been through. I wish I could do more for the right in this. Don't you cry. You got a brother here. You got a hug here. You got a brother here, sister. You got a hug here. Say don't you give up. Say don't you give up. You got a brother here. You got a brother here. You got a brother here. Zesty and they unclean, acting in their character. What you see is what you getting at the mass hysteria. But who the people? We the people. We belong to Allah. I ain't supposed to worship Hamashiach, but we calling on that idol. Says your prayer, boy. She'll lead many to the fire, so that whip will crack a latch up to the shadow. Look, man, I'm sick and tired of waiting, searching, looking for somebody, girl. Danger everywhere. Every time we turn another murder, stuck up in his hellhole, waiting on that chain to come. Gotta do our time, but I wanna be free now. It ain't safe, no place on the earth we get it beat down on the folk corner. Many ways, let's pray. This track here ready for the people that be praying for the sheep, that be standing for the weak, seeking to lift the weak, who been beat by this wicked system. Although the people of the land of y'all should roll, lay captive on the folk corner, soon to return. Be encouraged. You got a brother here. You got a hug here. You got a brother here, sister. You got a hug here. Say don't you give up. Say don't you give up. You got a brother here. You got a brother here. You got a brother here.
All right, family. I'm back. Oh, thank you, Sister Heidi. Heidi? Is that right? Heidi? My wife, she's outside trying to play around, talking about I just called you out here. Anyway, I'm just getting warmed up, so that's why I'm starting off kind of slow. I'm just getting warmed up. I do have something that I want to talk with y'all about, but really, I'm getting warmed up. And once I get into this, then that's it. Then we gonna roll out with this here. Let me go ahead and go to Barashaya, and let's talk about this here. Now, this is 7th day, and then this the creation of man right here. The creation of Adam. In Hebrew, when they say man, man means from. It don't mean what we think it mean in English. So when they say the creation of that, they say Adam. So that means male and female when he say Adam. All right, so he say in verse 4, these are the generations of the heaven and the earth when they were created in the day that Yahweh Elohim made the earth and the heavens and every plant of the field before it was in the earth. Now, the other day, that letter that I couldn't read, it was the ka, which means the kop, the palm of a man's hand, and it looks like a Y with an extra line on it. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because I listened to my old video and I saw that I forgot that letter and I might have mispronounced it, aided it the wrong way. So I just want to go ahead and fix that. But it say right here in verse 5, in every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For Yahweh Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not an Adam to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yahweh Elohim formed Adam of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and Adam became a living soul. Napash. Okay, and it say, and Yahweh Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the Adam whom he had formed out of the ground, made Yahweh Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant in the sight and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, Tawab and Ra. And a river went out of the garden to water the garden. From thence it was parted, and became into 4 heads. The Sham, which means the name, the Sham of the first is Pison, that is, that which compassed the whole land of Hawala. That's in East Africa. If y'all know, that's East Africa, Northeast Africa, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good, and there is bdellium in the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. That river right there goes through Cush. And I saw that river right down there through Cush on the African map. The same is that compares the whole land of Kawash, like I said, Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hedekil. That is that which goes towards Assyria. Assyria is it is the land of the inheritance of Yasharal of the northern tribe, where they was. And just so y'all know, Apariam means Africans. Apariam, Ephraim means Africans. That's how you say Africa, Apar. And when you say Yam on the end, it's plural. It pluralizes it. So, for some odd reason, Yiqwaba named his son Apariam. Well, Yabasop named his son Apariam, and the whole tribe of the northern tribe, at sometimes in the scripture, is named Apariam, which means Africans. All right. And the fourth river is Euphrates River. See that? So all these rivers is going throughout that land where everybody say Africa. You know, where they say monkeys was germed at, but this ain't no monkey thing here. This is children. And the name of the third river is Hedakil, which goes down towards Assyria. And the fourth river, Euphrates, that learning something on your way to learning something, like the brothers say. All right, so let me go down to the creation of the Asha, the woman, which means wife. Female means wife in Hebrew. And Yahweh Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his chambers, that word for rib means chambers, or his side, a piece of his side, and closed up the flesh instead thereof, and the rib which Yahweh Elohim had taken from Adam made he Asha, and brought her unto Ayash, brought her to, so he took the wife and brought her to Ayash. Now some may say, well, how can Yah do that right there? That is impossible. The people that ask this question, and you ask a valid question, but you got to go inside of the Hebrew and study and read it so that you will be able to understand the Hebrew. The same word that is used for rib is the word used for the grave, or the earth where the prophets is. So if she took her out of the Adam, some kind of way Yahweh had formed this woman out of a place preserved out of the man's body. So Yahweh took man and formed woman. All right. And I don't know how far to go into that with y'all. I don't have no pictures. So, but we do know that the scriptures say that Elohim, when he created the Shamayim wa Aras, we see the evidence of plants. If they are not no seeds, there's going to be no plants. So somebody had to make a seed in order for a plant to be. Just like somebody had to make your porch. If you got a porch, or you got a balcony on your house, or you got shingles on your roof, somebody had to put it up there. They don't just jump up there and get on there. We know this. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. And she shall be called Asha, female, woman, wife, because she was taken out of Adam. She was not taken out of the United States government. She was not taken out of a couple of people with some wigs on their head. She was taken out of one man, and his name was Adam. Therefore shall a man leave his father, his Abba, and his Amma, and shall cleave unto his Asha, and they shall be one flesh. The mama and the daddy and the mama had to leave their daddy and their mama and cleave to one another and become one flesh. The cycle goes on and on, just like planting trees in the ground. The cycle goes on and on. The tree produces the seeds, and the seeds fall on the ground. And when they sprout up, then they also bear seed, and they drop it on the ground. There's a certain tree that we call in America, if you're in Africa, we call it a papaya. And I believe they have some fruits in Africa. What do they call them? It's the same family of fruit, but the Africans call it something else over there in Africa. But anyway, the papaya, it won't grow unless there is a male and a female tree. So the male has its way, and the female tree have its way, and without each other, there can be no other tree. Even in the trees, we see that it take a counterpart to the other that belongs to the other in order for it to be. And it say, and they shall be one flesh, ahad. And they were both naked, the man and his asha, and were not ashamed. Okay, hold on, family, real quick. Hold on for me real quick.
No time shoe here. No time dancing here. No shucking jive here. There's plenty sisters missing and plenty being abused. But when you look on TV, it don't be in the news. So what we gonna do is we gon' stand by and keep a gender war while watching people die. It's pretty easy to pretend that we figured out, but we can never really push a little baby out. Our sisters been here, my brother, through thick and thin, through the wickedness, yeah, even the same sin. Cause no pain on this earth can compare to the way that it feels when the mother giving birth to baby. People trying to fake it but can never duplicate it. It's a whole lot of haters on this earth, fake it, they can take another reason. I don't understand how a man can rape a lady and he spend 9 months as a baby in his mama belly. I'm sorry for the pain and the suffering that you've been through. I wish I could do more for the right in this. Don't you cry.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, we just getting our self prepared for Passover, so she called me in to see if she got the right stuff. And that's all. I want to just give a shout out to the family that came in. Sister Shayla, Shalom again, sister. Sister Heidi, Shalom to you. And Sister Privacy, thank you for coming, sister. Sister Heidi, I didn't give you a moderator. Hold on, let me make you one too. All right. There you go. That's it. Add moderator. This got to be scratched out. Hold on, much because. There we go. Boom. There you go. All right. I'm glad that you came today, so all of y'all can get y'all police badges. So if somebody come in there, I know where the police at. They right there. All right, y'all the popo. All right. Now let me get back to reading this here Bible. Family. I'm gonna go to the next verse. Okay. That's the serpent in the garden. And now I'm getting to the point of my message. Because the first commandment that Yahweh gave to Adam and Hawa, he gave Adam the job. He said, Adam, Elohim hired Adam to till the garden. He was Elohim's slave. Even from the beginning, Adam was always created to be Yahweh's servant. And then he gave the Asha to Adam to help him, not to be beat up by her husband or nothing, but he gave the Asha unto the Adam to help and aid and assist him to make the workload easier. And that's the word that used for helpmate. It means to make the load easier, to make it light, So she was there that Elohim called Hawa to be a helper, like to help Adam and what Yah had gave him the responsibility in doing. Adam had to make sure that the fruits grew properly and all these things, And he gave Hawa to the man and she was only there to help and assist her husband. And it was not good that the Adam should be alone. So Elohim gave him a helpmate. Shalom, Moshe. So this was the first revealed purpose on why Adam was created, bara, by Elohim. This is the first purpose of why. So now, after we have gone into captivity and became the property of other people, which I will show you in the scripture, these people have transferred over the dominion that Elohim had given man to be to work, and for his wife to have dominion to help him. Not have dominion over her husband, but she was given also dominion over the animals and over everything. Now listen at Hashatan speaking through the serpent, and listen at what he say. Now, the serpent was more subtle. He was more sneaky, slick, smooth, more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath Elohim said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Now listen. Elohim said, who told Hawa about this? Elohim spoke to Adam. Adam was not deceived. Hawa was deceived. All right? Now you know that Adam, he ain't talking to Adam. He done skipped all the way over her husband. And now the serpent done went right on to the wife. And say, now listen here, I got a job for you, woman. See? Hashatan had a job set up for Hawa. This is the first destroy men's movement right here. And this is what Hashatan had planned for Hawa. All right. Now the serpent was most sneaky, most subtle, most slick. And in our days, we'll call it the devil was splitting game to Hawa, trying to get Hawa to follow after what he wanted her to do. All right. And it say in the serpent, he said, you shall not eat every tree of the garden. He asked her a question, something that she already got the instruction for. But this snake is out there in the garden talking to Adam's wife, trying to get her to submit to him. Woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. They was in paradise, Mashpakah, and here come Hashatan, coming there to mess everything up. But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim have said, you shall not eat of it. Now, that's what Elohim said. In the day you eat of it, you shall surely die. But look at what Hawa did. Look at what Hawa said. Neither shall you touch it. Now, if anybody said don't touch it, Elohim didn't tell Adam, neither shall you touch it. So it's a strong possibility that her husband was the one that Elohim had spoke through and told her, Hawa, don't eat it. Hawa, don't even touch it. Hawa, don't even touch that fruit over there. Don't touch that. Don't even deal with that. Hawa, do what you supposed to do. Hashatan said, and watch this, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the Asha, she was the Asha of Adam. But here is Satan trying to get this woman to submit to him over her husband. Now, the snake was beautiful. There are some beautiful snakes in this world. They got some anacondas. There are some Gentiles that make different kind of brands of snake. blue, green, yellow, orange, white, pink, all different colors of the rainbow. They very pretty. And at this time, the animals wasn't biting and eating people. They ate the meat. They ate the fruits and the vegetables. That's what they ate. That was their meat. And watch it what the Hashatan said unto the woman. You shall not surely die. He said, you ain't going to really die. You know, your husband told you, or Alahayim spoke to you and told you, but if you eat it, woman, you ain't going to really die. You know, sister, you could be the boss over your man. He ain't going to really die. You ain't got to lay down with him. He's not going to really die. He's supposed to be able to take it. Hashatan speak to people in multiple ways. For Alahayim doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as Alahayim, knowing good and evil. And when the Ashah saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat, and the eyes of them both were open. Now, when people keep talking about they woke, this is what they doing. They listening at the devil. They listening at the devil, and now they saying their eyes is open and they woke, but their eyes been open because we are all born and shaping in iniquity, and in sin did our mothers conceive us out of her belly. You know why? Because Adam wa Hawa tasted of the forbidden fruit in the garden of Eden, and sin, just like an incurable disease that's only got one cure, passed down from every child. And they knew that they were naked. See, and then they knew that they knew they was naked. And they sewed fig leaves together. And that word for know is the same word used for being acquainted. And also it's in some phrases in the scripture is used for when Adam Yadai Chawa, and I'm gonna show you. And they bore unto and she bore unto Adam Kwayan. She didn't bore this baby unto another man. You look at in the scripture, and it always say she bore unto her husband. She bore unto this man. And Sarah bore unto Abraham. And Hagar bore unto, you see what I'm saying? That's how they work. Why? Because the children have a responsibility. They have to be raised up in order to do it. But when you lose who you are as a person, how are you able to do this? All right, family. So let me keep on going. And they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And Alahayim arranged Adam wa Hawa. So Adam and Hawa, they got their judgment from Alahayim because they did not obey him. So when the woman didn't listen to her husband, and when the Adam took and ate of that fruit with his wife, both of them received a punishment. And it said right here, and Alahayim said unto the serpent, be thou, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. So Hashatan got his judgment. And I heard the voice of Alahayim walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves. What's up, sweetheart? Okay, baby. And his wife and hid themselves from the presence of Yahweh Elohim in the trees of the garden. And Yahweh called unto Adam and said unto him, Where are you? He did not call asking for where is you, Hawa. Even though Hawa ate of the fruit, the one that had to take up the responsibility was the Ayash, the male. So Elohim came unto Adam and asked and said unto him, Where are you? He didn't say, Where is your wife, Adam? Let's team up and get manpower over the woman. He did not do that. He said, Adam. And he said unto him, unto Ayash, Where art thou? And that word for thou is talking about the Ayash. It's not talking about Hashatan. Yahweh came directly to Adam, and he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told you that you was naked? Now look, Adam listening to a voice as well, because you look up here, who told Hawa that she would not surely die? Now, who told Adam that he was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded you that you should not eat? And Ayash said, The Ashah whom thou gavest, so now he trying to point at Yah and blame Yah for him not being a man, not being an Ayash, and taking up his responsibility as a man when he done did something wrong and saying, yeah, I did it. No, he said, and the Adam and the Ayash said, the Asha whom thou gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. So now he flipped the blame all the way back over to his Asha. Adam was willing to throw his wife under the bus. And Yahweh said unto the Asha, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Now she turned around, and she say, Now the devil told me to do it, so I ate it. So she didn't take up responsibility. She gave it and left it over to Hashatan. And then Elohim said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed. Now why didn't he say, okay, let me turn around and curse Adam and curse Asha and make them the slaves of the snake? Because they disobeyed me, and now they should be the slaves of the snake forever and work under the snake, and the snake shall have dominion over them. Why did Yahweh remove the feet of the snake? In Abar, your feet represent dominion. It means dominion in Hebrew. In Hebrew, your feet means dominion. Let me look it up. And I'm finna be done, but I want to come on here and do this. Okay, foot. Okay, let's see. All right, English, dominion. I'm not logged in, so they won't let me go on there. I'm not logged in. But Yahweh did not allow this to abolish the plans that he had for Adam and Hawa. So he didn't let the devil have dominion. So he had to remove his feet, because whethersoever your foot shall tread, you shall have dominion. He subtly tried to take away, Hashatan tried to take away dominion. So in order, when y'all did this, he prepared for them a sacrifice. And let me show you. Elohim said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go. So he can't tread his feet and have no dominion. He got to slide on his belly like you see him do outside. I saw one the other day. And dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. After this, that's when they started eating rats and stuff. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So the seed of the woman will bruise the head of Hashatan, the baby that came out of virgin birth, prophesied right here in the scripture. Because that baby was not Adam's that was not Yahweh's baby by them laying down, because Maryam was a virgin. But many may see this in a whole different format. But anyway, the punishment of mankind, and so we see all this right here. So let me how this thing has happened to us in the last days, Mashpaka. Let me show you what Hashatan is doing now in these days that he don't want people to be aware of. All right, let me look up this word real quick to make sure I got it right. Hold on. Okay. Yep. They don't want they switch roles, and I believe I heard brother Professor Black talking about this, how the United States as a slave master switched the roles. They switched the male and female roles. When they go out, when a lot of sisters go out there to these jobs and they feel like they is the one wearing the breeches now because the man is not able to work, she's out of her natural order. She's out of nature. And so she's like, you know, in a place where she got to submit to this man over her man. Her man can't do nothing because the government keep making things hard for him. So he got to try to find a way out of no way, and they keep criminalizing things that he do in order to make money. Like if he want to go, if there was a lucrative business where he was a fisherman, now they want him to get licensed to fish, or now they want to put taxes on him for fishing, and everything that he does, they are treating him as if he came over here willingly. This is a colony, Mashpaka. And a lot of us, we are walking around here not precipitating that we are living in a big colony. This is nothing more than a big colony. This is a place where people go to get rich off of the downtrodden. This is where they go to get rich off of the blood of slaves. This is the place where people go to get drunk off of the blood of the slaves. This is not no place set up where you should be able to come over here and prosper. If you're a Negro, this place was set up to be your punishment. Now, what you do while you over here, you got to make it in your mind. Woman shall surpass her man. All these things is written in the scripture. All of them. All we got to do is pick up our Bible and read it. So Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. Jeremiah 31 and 22. All right. Let me go ahead and go there. Jeremiah 31 and 22. They don't want your man to work. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for a sister to have a job and work. But what I'm saying is your man, they move him out the way. I remember when I used to come home, my grandma ain't have to go to work if she didn't want to work. And my granddaddy, he was his own business. He wasn't working for nobody. He was working his own business. My granddaddy owned his own loading company. He was he loaded fruit. And my other granddaddy was a chef. They used to call him Mr. Chef. And then my grandmother had a house store, and she used to make clothes. I did not know that I was walking around with designer clothes on, but everybody was picking on me, talking about that scats. But if I would have thought about it, and as I think back now, she even had her own trademark on there, Ivory, on there. And I'm walking around with designer clothes on, looking at somebody wearing somebody else's clothes that don't care nothing about the community. And my grandma will go out there and she'll feed the homeless and everything. Why am I worrying about somebody that nobody in the community ain't never even sit down and talk to, but my grandmother sewing clothes up? You know what I'm saying? They had their own businesses and stuff back then. They didn't, a lot of our people had to make something out of nothing. My granddaddy dug his own well out there in the yard, you know, and the city took that from my grandmother. The city took it. The house burned down and the city took it. But anyway, Jeremiah 31. Mourning turned to joy. All right. And remember where I told y'all it was coming from? Jeremiah 31 and 22. So go down, drop down to verse 22, family. I ain't got long. I'm finna read this. I'm almost done already. Okay, it's a set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps, set thine heart towards the highway, even the way which thou wentest turn again, O virgin of Yasharal, turn again to thy cities. How long will you go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. A Asha shall compass a man. That means that the women is going to rule over the man. The woman is going to be the man now. The woman is going to be a man now. And when was these prophecies prophesied to be fulfilled? The prophet Jeremiah and all of them was keep trying to tell us that he's talking about what's going to happen in the last days. We read in Ezekiel the other day on how Ezekiel was saying how the nations was going to do us and trying us down. And it says they was going to try us down here too. But see, this is the reason why the woman arms supersede the man in these lands. This is our punishment. You see what I'm saying? This is our punishment as a nation. And my question, Mashpaka, thank you, sister, for posting that up there. My question to the Mashpaka is, if we going to look around and try to blame our sisters because of the condition that we in, because you remember that Alahayim went and he talked to Adam. He didn't go to the Asha first. So if he come to you and ask you, oh, thou man, why you ain't working? If you got it, if it's really happening to you, then you could tell y'all, look, y'all, I know I sinned against you. We sinned as a nation, and we are downtrodden. That's what the words say. But y'all also, the way that the world is set up right now, it's hard for me. They're making laws against me being a man. I got to ask them permission to get on the ship and go across the water. I got to get a permit. I got to get a card in order to move from this place to that place. I got to pay people money. I got to be their little child father in order for me to make it. And they call me boy, y'all. They calling me boy. And they put my woman over me, y'all. Is this really a family, Yahweh? How can we be a people after your own heart when we are under oppressing laws? So we need for you to save us from these laws, Yah. But forgive us for our transgression, because we need your hand and your scrim. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the Alahayim of Yasharal. As yet they have used this speech in the land of Yabadah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. Yahweh bless thee, O habitation of justice, and the mountain of holiness. And there shall dwell in Yahabadah itself, and in all the cities thereof together, farmers, and they that go forth with flocks. For I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful heart. Upon this I awake, and behold, and my sleep was sweet unto me. Hold on, Mashpaka, one more time. I'm back, family. There's something that happened, and I had to assist her with that. Pretty sure if y'all willing, she'll get online and she'll talk about what happened today. But this is why the woman compares the man now. You know, they got and I'm gonna ask you a question, family. When we look at slavery or whatnot, ask yourself this: was our granddaddies holding our grandmothers them back? Did my granddaddy and your granddaddy make laws against our sisters to hold them back from succeeding in life? Did they really set up did our fathers set up the prison to what they call it, to school to prison pipeline? Or was that something set up against our people to oppress our people? I know that we sin as a nation, but that don't justify nobody else's transgression. So we can't justify nobody else's transgression just because we need to take responsibility as a people. In the process of us taking responsibility as a people, if they grown people, they also need to take responsibility for the wicked laws and mandates that they have set up against our people. Especially when you see people repenting, they have no cloak. Because when our people is repenting, what cloak do they have now? That they can say, oh, well, it's because your ancestors and you sin. Well, our ancestors that rejected Hamashiach, a lot of them rejected him to the death. But a lot of them repented of their rejection of Hamashiach, just like a lot of the nations do. But yet and still, we still at the bottom, and they trying to make an excuse by saying, well, they sin, so Yahweh don't care what we do to these people. He ain't cared all these years. Why should he care now? And did y'all see the other day how they just did that one man? Did y'all see that? How that lady had planted that alcohol inside of his car and then put the breathalyzer on it and had him locked up in jail? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that one? And that's only one that I'm telling you about. There's another one, United States soldier. One of our brothers, I believe he came from Puerto Rico, but you could tell he's a brother. But they they came out there, lights blazing and everything, shining lights in a man's face. Did y'all see that? So what I'm saying is, My grandma and them say it to me, cause we say, well, ma, they doing it. Well, grandma say two wrongs don't make one right, baby. She say just because they doing it don't make what you doing right. You can't justify that just because somebody else doing something. Well, somebody say, well, it ain't my responsibility. Well, whose responsibility is it? Are we to be governed? Are we given the right to govern over ourselves? Or are there people making sure that we cannot govern over ourselves without them trying to intrude and stop it? Elder KRS was talking about the other day on we don't have the right or the ability. We don't arrest one another. People arrest us. We don't have officers. We don't have a Negro. We have Negroes that work for the state, but there is no officers that come from us that go and arrest nobody. But everybody arrests us. The people that come in from Europe, they have officers where they come from that represent them. The only one that Negro have that they reject, a lot of us, is Alahayim and Amalakiyam, because we don't even have a military anymore. Well, our military was hit in 70 AD. And the rest of our ancestors that fled out of that right there situation, that was in Spain, what they called them the Sarfadin, the Spanish, the Negro, the Spanish people called them Negro Jews and Portuguese Jews. When we fled out of that situation, the king of Portugal and Spain, they had us shipped down there to Sao Tome. As Sister Privacy she laid out properly in her studies, in her book, which y'all should go and check out, the Sister Privacy book that she talking about the Portuguese. Sister, if it's possible, could you make one specifically directly about the Spanish and Portuguese Jews? And when you make that, sister, I'll share it underneath this video to let our people know that we are a people, we have a country, but we are not moving like a people. You know what I mean? So, have you noticed that the woman and the husband, I've heard more wives arguing. You know, when I was younger, they would argue, especially in our community. Let me read that. Why do not hate your brother in your heart? Reprove your brother for certain, and bear no sin because of him. Excuse me. Do not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the children of your people. So when they say, well, when we commit a crime against y'all, we don't need to be held accountable because but it says the children of your people. But a lot of us don't see each other as a people. We see, I'm an atheist, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a this, I'm a that. But you a nation. No matter what you want to call yourself, you could call yourself a bluebird. But if you came from people that they call Negroes, you are Yasharal. And that's point blank period. Because everybody else name matches who they supposed to be in their modern name sense. But our name, even in the modern sense, we just a color. And a Muslim brother was talking about that this morning. We the only people that go by colors. You know, the Europeans that call themselves white, they still got Italian. They still got Russian. They still got Scythian. They still got all these different names. But we the only one, even in diaspora, that call ourselves by a color and by the name of our colonizer. So if you down there in the Dominican Republic, do you know that the Roman Church name that Dominican Republic and you calling yourself after the Dominican Republic? Do you know if a person saying that they is if I take an orange out of Florida and I send the seeds out of the orange, and it's an orange that only grow in Florida, and I send it over to Africa and they growing over there in mass, is that orange native to that place, or was that seed taken from one place and put to another place? The seed was taken from one place. The mango was taken from this place over there. The papaya was taken from that place over there. The male and the female papaya was taken from over there and brought to these lands. And some give record to say that our people sailed over here. Okay, you put the sister Gates of Holder. Shalom, that wasn't me. That was Gates of Holder. Okay, sister, my bad. But I thought that I saw you had put some because you do clips and put your clips together. But okay, thank you for sharing, sister. So that's our problem. You know what I'm saying? We can look and try to blame our sisters. Brothers, what do we want to do? If we say, well, it's the sister fault where she won't act right with the position that she got. Okay, brother, we need to be trying to figure out how we could get our position back, not to put our women down in order to get our position back. You see, if I tell my son, go and be abusive to them people over there, and I get people to rally around my abusive instructions, should the people get angry at the little 5-year-old? Because that's not his position. That's not his nature to be a father over his father. A woman, just like a man trying to be like a woman, it's like a man trying to be a woman is like a bird trying to be a puppy. It's like a parrot trying to bark like a dog. Just because they say roof, roof, Charlie probably want a cracker, don't mean that he's a dog now just because he know how to bark like a dog. Just because a dolphin say I love you don't mean that he's a shark. So what I'm saying, family, is that just because a man put on a dress don't make him mama. If a brother came and put on a dress and said that I'm your grandmother now because I have on a dress, and when you speak against that, you speak it against gender equality, that's nothing more than confusion. That's babble. That's confusion. That's Babylonian ways. That's Idama Wasam Amara. That's Sodom and Amora, and a lot of our people have gotten sottish. The positions, the roles in the household have been shifted and changed. Our sisters was not being oppressed by our granddaddies. Our grandmothers was not oppressing our grandmother. Our granddaddies was not holding them from having jobs. Our granddaddies was also under oppression. Also just not came out of the plantation. Also had to go out there and work out there in the 1930s when they was doing the cropping and all that and getting paid pennies on the dollar. They was also out there. Our brothers was put inside of the chain gang to keep slavery going. And they took a woman from an oppressive man, a man that was oppressed like she was, and said, do it this way, separatism. And now today they still with this same trope. And when you say something, they say you being racist. You can't be all about your people. What if they marry a white person? They should be able to marry a white person. And this and that and the other, and this and that and the other, and go against the Bible and do this and do that and do this and do that, and call somebody racist and call them a supremacist group and say we just like the cake. We are not like no Klan. I didn't go and hang nobody. My brothers, I didn't see none of my brothers go out there and burn no crosses in front of nobody's house. Our brothers ain't out there burning crosses in the street, even though a lot of stuff, the way that they say it, I don't, I wouldn't say it like they say it, but I don't even see the brothers that's out there on the block out there. Would you like to show it again? Use the doc menu. Yeah, show it again. I just closed out something by mistake, family. But our brothers is not the one. They didn't go out there and lynch. They weren't doing that. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm trying to tell y'all that they trying to what somebody call that reverse psychology. Putting something on somebody that they had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? Our grandfathers, our mothers, they did not do that. You feel me? I just knocked off my community bar. Let me see. List. Let me see how I could put it back up, family. I just knocked off my community bar. I think it's wrong that, and if you say anything about it, they say you're being divisive. You're trying to start up stuff. Ain't nobody starting up nothing. We did not start. We didn't tell people to take it too far. We begged them not to. You feel me? So what I'm saying is, family, brothers and sisters, let us take responsibility for what we could take responsibility for. And let's not make excuses, but let's do what Yahweh allow us to be able to do. You feel me? Let's do that. And family, I'm about to get off of here. Something went wrong. Hopefully you can still hear me. But I'll figure out how to get it back up there sooner or later, Yahweh willing. But yeah, that's all I want to come on here and talk to y'all about, because they are switched the roles up, and now you got women that say that they don't. It's not it's misogynist for a man to lay down with his wife in the bed, and all different type of things that they are saying now. Family, this whole situation is screwed up, and I really think that we have a lot that we have to work on, and we cannot. My grandmother and them always said that, you got to take care of house first. You got to take care of home first. You can't take care of everybody else's house. Get out from over there, from the man over there trying to tell them people what to do over there. Y'all got to deal with what we got going on over here. You can't worry about what everybody else got going on when you got something that you need to deal with and fix yourself, family. And this is where a lot of us have erred. We've been trying to fix somebody else's house when we need to fix our own house, family. We got a house that we need to fix. And like Malcolm X said, if a person don't want to fix their house, he was talking to our ancestors saying that to the European man, say, if you don't want nobody to fix your house, then you shouldn't have a house. Somebody should blow it down. They should blow it down. But we need to fix our house. So if we don't want to fix our house, the big bad wolf come and he blow the house down. So we got to work on ourselves. We can't men and the women cannot keep begging and pleading for everybody else to fix our house when we could do stuff ourselves. There is some things that they owe us, but we owe it to one another to love one another. That's what the scriptures say. That's right. Everybody need to focus on themselves. We need to focus on our sisters and our brothers and the little children. The little children, our brothers and our sisters. And if they got a home girl or a homeboy and they want to be with us and hang with us or whatever, then we'll focus on them too. But we got to deal with our household first. We'll focus on them at the time given for them, that's allotted for them, at the time that is allotted for them to be focused on. Like, you know, everybody have that specific time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you this before I go. If me and my wife, right, if we were sitting down having a conversation and talking about some of our plans that we plan on doing, and a Gentile came and he had plans for me to go and help his mama and his daddy and mama get back together. And y'all remember that song, You Only Got 3 Minutes? Y'all remember that song that they sung back in the day? I think it was in the late 90s or early 2000s. I only got 1 minute, do what I gotta do. Y'all remember that song? We don't have long, family. Our life is like a vapor. We here today and gone tomorrow. We can only fix what we able to fix in our lifespan, and when we gone, that's it. You know? So if you spend most of your time working against the progress of your people and working against the progress of your households, you have wasted how many years? How many years have you wasted? You know, arguing at responsibility. When a woman argue at her husband, when he say, sweetheart, I need you. Let's say he's a temp, he's a kite maker. He make kites or whatever, you know, kites. And it's getting close to the season where everybody gonna have to come and buy kites. And he make toys. And he need his wife to go and do something. And her neighbor call her on the phone and see her in the process of doing so. Oh, don't worry about him. I need you to do this for me. I'm the one that's important right now. And then when you try to do what your husband said, do, they turn around and say, you're being racist. You're being evil because you want to take care of home first. People that don't understand that, you got to keep on going. You know, you got to keep on going. And like grandma and them said, when they sent me out to the store, if my grandmother needed something and she sent me to the store, I had to go there to the store and get it. You know, I can't go and make a pit stop and stay over there at my homeboy house. I come back and play later. But first I got to get this work done. My grandmother said she needed this from the store. She said she needed sugar. So I need to go over there to the mother house and get the sugar. And then once I get the sugar, then I can go and play with Samp and Mamp them. But until then, I can't play with Samp or Mamp. I need to go and get grandma the sugar. And if I don't get it, then chastening will drive foolishness from a child. And so that's what we need to realize. A father whoop you, a good father, a real father will whoop his children when they get out of line. And we've been out of line for a long time. And it's time for us to get back in line. And anybody that feel like they want to get in line, then they can come on and repent like we do. And we don't have time to waste on stuff that's not going to satisfy Yahweh's will. We are tired of getting whooped. Some people, just because you ain't getting whooped, you know, if you went to your homegirl house and she, you know, and her mama and daddy might not whoop her, you know, but you know your mama and daddy, they don't play, you know, so you can't have the little girl over there. You can't have the little boy over there. Your mama gonna tear you up. So, you know, they might get away with it in their house for the time being, but their time gonna come. But they might get away with it for the time being. But you know that if we don't get it together, we gonna get swept. So we cannot put other folks' priority over this. This need to be the main thing first, that we work on building with one another as a people and not as foes of one another. Shalom mashpaka. I'm going to play a little bit of this track before I go, my other track. And then that should be it, family. And if I can't play it, then, yeah. They won't let me play it for right now because I locked my screen. But family, I'm finna go. And I want y'all to go back and listen to that. The brother that was singing on that track, his name, the brother that was singing on that track, his name is Fixit. He stays in Africa. I thought he stayed in Lagos, but he stays in Africa. Y'all, please go and support the brother. He got music up there, and if he got something that, you know, just talk to him and say, brother, I don't know about this one. He's a brother that will listen to you, you know, and go and love one another, and let's not fight one another. Let's fight the devil, the snake, the one that's telling you not to obey Yah, the one that's telling you, telling the woman not to submit to her own husband, or telling her not to submit to the will of Yah for her life, telling her, thou shalt not speak, thou shalt not obey, thou shalt be rebellious. You know, don't listen to the devil. Let us follow after Yahweh. Family, I got to go. I pray that somebody got something out of this. Shalom to the hearers and the keepers of the word. Please share it. And remember to support the Mashpachah. You know who they are. Go and look through my community tab and go and show them some love today. If it ain't nothing but going and saying shalom or hey, just stop by to say thank you. Just stop by to say ahaba or something. Go and show the family love. Okay, Sister Privacy. I read something you had said and I asked you what that meant and I didn't understand, but I go back. I got to charge up my phone, and once I charge it up, I go back. But in fact, go and when you go there, I'll write you back on the email once my phone charge up and figure out what's going on. Because Val, she been wanting to get with y'all anyway. But I got to go, family, and it was good to come and what they say, chop it up with y'all for a little bit, you know. So I want to just say shalom and thank y'all for coming again. Family, please like and share the message. And if you got something out of it, and if you feel like there's something that could be added to it to make things better, go ahead and shoot me that email. And one of y'all see my email on my page, shoot me an email. And I'll get back with you as soon as I get the time to get with you. But sister, as soon as I charge this, I'll get with you. All right? Shalom, Mashpachah. Keep y'all head up and don't let nobody keep it down. Shalom.